Breaking series win, and a win means the Yankees win. Yankees win the second game of a three-game weekend set with the Chicago Cubs over at lovely, friendly Wrigley Field in Chicago. We'll talk about it, rap about it right here on Yankees Digest, bring you all things New York Yankees. But before we do that, you know what time it is. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Closing in on 2,000 subscribers. We are past 1,800, closing in on 2,000. This gap, too, is closing, too. We were in the 90s a few weeks back, and look at the work you guys have done. You guys are the best. Closed it down to 80 to 19. Let's continue to bridge that gap between the subscribed and the non-subscribed right here at Yankees Digest, bringing you all things New York Yankees. But let's get to the proceedings of this evening. Yankees take another from the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. This time 2-0. It was 3-0 last night. Luis Hill dominant in that game. And in this game here, this will be remembered as the Clarke Schmidt Nasty Nestor game. And really, the roles of these two fine pitchers, especially fine in this performance, this is the established roles that I have been clamoring for, and a lot of you at home have been clamoring for months. Nasty Nestor belongs in the bullpen because he could be very, very effective and dominant in the bullpen when he has his stuff. You know, as a starter, it has been an up and down roller coaster all year long with Nasty Nestor. All right, we've documented in several videos here from me, the homegirl Gabby, Chris, all of us here at Yankees Digest bring you all things New York Yankees about just the whirlwind of Nasty Nestor. Sometimes you're going to get the good nasty, sometimes you're going to get the bad nasty. Well, today was the good nasty. And him and Schmidt combined for a dominant Yankee win. And again, these are the roles I want to see come postseason time. Clarke Schmidt was on his way to the All-Star game before he got hurt. It's called spade a spade. He was one of the, not just one of the best pitchers in the AL, he was one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball throughout this season before he ended up on the IL, which derailed him. But the fact that the Yankees were able to get him back, he's been back. He's been chomping at the bit to come back to the show. But with just about 20 games left, less than a month of baseball left, now is the time to get him back, build his innings up, and have him as a surefire weapon, surefire starter come playoff time. Because again, you know, number one and number two are lock, stock, and barrel. And with Luis Hill all the way back now, that third spot is pretty much established of King Cole, Rodon, and Luis Hill. But that fourth starting spot, you don't know if it's going to be Stroman, you don't know if it's going to be Clarke Schmidt, and you don't know if it's going to be Nasty Nestor. We're beginning to get those answers now with the season winding down. That it is going to be a smorgasbord, a combination of Clarke Schmidt and Nasty Nestor. Somebody's going to get that starting position, as well as Mr. Marcus Stroman as well. But just take a look at what my main man Clarke Schmidt did in this game. I mean, 4 2/3, 4 hits, no earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. That's what you want. That's what he was doing prior to his injury. He was giving the Yankees QS. Quality start after quality start after quality start. Again, he was headed to the All-Star game. You're not going to convince me otherwise that Clarke Schmidt was not headed to the Summer Classic. But again, he got hurt. But he's back now, and he just picked up right where he left off. He's been very effective and very dominant this season. And you want to look at Nestor's stats. 4 1/3, no hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And again, Nestor just seems more at home. Excuse the background. The Orioles are losing currently. And by the time this video comes out, there'll be a full half game behind the Yankees. They're down 6-1 to the Rays. But again, what you want to see is you want to see the Yankees continuing to use this combination in some shape or form. You know, you want to see Clarke Schmidt get the starts, and you want to see Nasty Nestor coming from the bullpen, because the bullpen is where he belongs. Just something about starting. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. You don't know which Nestor is going to show up. He's been Jekyll and Hyde all year long. But let's take a look at what Schmidt has given the Yankees, shall we? Because, numbers never lie. They just don't. Yeah, again, this is what I'm talking about. And again, it's only 11 games. He's missed a lot of time with injuries, but he's been effective. He has been effective, man. These are the type of numbers that you're looking out of a guy that started out in the bullpen, but definitely showed last year that he could be a capable starter, and that this year he can be a shutdown starter. So you just love to see what Clarke Schmidt has done for the Yankees, and again, I am very encouraged, and you guys should be encouraged too, that he's building himself up. He had a strict innings limit since the Yankees are building up his stamina going into the postseason. He only pitched about 70 pitches, give or take. That was about his limit. And he's on the same plan King Cole was on when he finally made his way back earlier in the year. They're going to bring him along slowly. The last thing what they want to do is to re-aggravate or force a soft tissue injury that derails his addition to the postseason roster. So they were very smart about it. Had him on an innings limit, and knew that they were just going to have a combination of him and Nestor. And really trying Nestor out in the bullpen role, a role we have been clamoring for, again, for months now. I knew he'd be able to do it. I really do. I really, really believe that this is a role that Nestor is going to thrive in. Because, again, Nestor, you say what you want about Nestor Cortes. He's a team player. So you don't even have to worry about morale. He doesn't feel slighted. Oh man, like I'm not in the rotation anymore. Like a shot to the ego, or a la Aroldis Chapman when he lost the closing position a couple years ago and went to Cuba or Miami or whatever and refused to rejoin the team. You know what I mean? You're not going to get that in Nestor. Nestor wants a ring, and he wants to be a team player. Same with guys like Jose Trevino. Trevino has lost his starting job to Austin Wells. He knows that. By the way, Wells knocked in the only ribby, as well as base running error later on in the game that scored the second one. But again, you're talking about glue guys, hard-nosed glue guys that want to just be team players. They understand that you're going to have your stars, you're going to have your front line faces of the organization, your Aaron Judges, your Juan Sotos, your King Coles. You're going to have those guys get all the glitz and glamour. But to win a championship, you need your role glue guys, like a Udonis Haslem from the Miami Heat back in the day, or Dennis Rodman with the second Bulls dynasty. You need your glue guys to do all the dirty work. And guys like Nestor who can pitch in spot duty, in the bullpen, you're going to need that. Marcus Stroman very well could be pitching in the bullpen or spot duty as a starter or as an opener, depending on what type of series the Yankees, in terms of matchup, Boone wants to go with. But those secondary guys, those are the guys that are going to make or break the Yankees winning the AL East from the Orioles, as well as doing damage in the tournament come October. And this was another example of it. This went perfectly according to plan. The wind was blowing in, so no home runs. There was no chance. It was typical Wrigley Field weather, but the pitching definitely stole the show here. And one more quick point here. I mean, we have to talk about this. The Yankees, you see it, 82 wins. They guarantee a winning season for the 32nd straight year. I mean, they missed the playoffs last year because Judge got hurt, but still. 82 wins, another winning season, but this is just the standard that the Yankees have built throughout this run. With of course the Joe Torre era and the Girardi era, and now the Boone era of just each and every year you can bank on it. The Yankees aren't going to finish with 100 losses like the Chicago White Sox or anything like that. If they're going to have a losing season is going to have like 90 wins or at least 89 wins. That's a losing season or a disappointing season for the Yankees. With an organization that's boom or bust, that's championship or bust every single year. But you embrace that. We love that. We love talking about it right here with you guys. Yankees Digest bring you all things New York Yankees. But last but not least, before we get up out of here, we're going to show some love right here to Mr. Rizzo. This was a hero's welcome for him for the second straight night. You know, this is the guy that was a part of that historic Chicago Cubs team in 2016. Aroldis Chapman was on that team too. That broke the Billy Goat curse and gave the Cubs their first championship in 500 years. You know what I mean? He got a hero's welcome, as well as he's made his return back to first base as pretty much the full-time first baseman. You know what I mean? There'll be some spot duty, of course, for old man DJ. Maybe some Oswaldo Cabrera as well. You know what I mean? But it's going to be Rizzo for the most part at first base. He is the best all-around first baseman, definitely defensively. And his bat has been decent since he's been back. Hasn't been anything special, but it's been decent. You know, he's been putting the ball in play. It's definitely been better than old man DJ. It's definitely. Yeah, I mean, like I think I could hit better than old man DJ right now. I haven't picked up a bat in God knows how many years. You know, so yeah. This was nice. It was very refreshing. A great win for the Yankees. They go for the sweep tomorrow at Wrigley Field. And by the time this video drops, the Orioles would have lost, more than likely, to the Tampa Bay Rays over at Camden Yards. And the Yankees at 82-60 will be a full half game up on the Orioles in the AL East with 20 games left. We're winding down, but it's looking like a photo finish for the AL East. Who's going to be the AL East champion? Who's going to be in the wild card round? Who? But we're going to cover and we're going to find out right here. Yankees Digest bring you all things New York Yankees. This is Ugo Onyianta. Come on back. We'll be waiting for you. And one more time, before we get up out of here, say it with me now. The Yankees win. See you guys later. Peace.